ELD with Brainstorm MTG and a segment we are calling Fast Effect. This is double speed, and we're actually covering Masters 25 draft this time, so a little change of pace from Vintage or Legacy. Of course, Brainstorm is legal in Masters 25, so a rare chance to actually get some limited on the channel. And actually up against Neil here, not Tim. He is on black-red aggro, so only half of the marquee there updated. I am on green-white aggro. A couple of Watch Wolves. You can see the deck being drafted in another video, and it looks like Tim winning the Neil winning the roll. And I was actually sitting directly across the table from him, so he's very familiar with what I was running. And it looks like right off the bat a mull for Neil. I am constantly my battle cry is very often never mull. Of course, I do mull when I don't have any lands, but I've been finding kind of being less aggressive with my mulligans has been paying off a bit, having a little bit of faith in the top of the deck. There are just so many matchups where being down cards is actually just about the worst thing that can happen to you. So right out of the gate here, Vampire Lacerators, a pair of them. So Neil coming out very aggressively. And at 2 mana, I am going to play my second pick overall. If he does block one of these Lacerators, he will create a 1/1 token to replace himself. And we have a Pendelhaven to pair with it. So this is very bad here. Neil losing 2 life a turn to his own Vampire Lacerators here. 2 black mana available. And I have a fistful of lands here. And now we have a 3/1 flyer to add to the mix. So this is going to start to be beatings in the air, and that ground is held together very tightly by Pendelhaven. That is a terrible idea to be swinging into that. That's actually going to increase the clock. And then we've got an additional 1/1 here. And that's enough for Tim. For Neil. That's going to get me every time. All right, so to check the sideboards here, really not a ton left in my sideboard. I did have the Akroma's Vengeance, which is a card that I could be bringing in for a deck that I guess could be faster than me. I really don't know why I would need it at this point. The way that the deck came out, I'm pretty happy with, and it looks like I'm going to go ahead and jam that core Firewalker in there just to get a little bit of a tempo change and also to be able to handle some of those red creatures on the ground. See what actually gets cut. And it looks like it's going to be better than that looked like maybe a morph creature. Going to be a tough video here without knowing some of the names of the cards. And we'll see if Neil has better luck here with this mulligan decision. And he's on 7 with a mountain, or a swamp, 2 swamps into Nizumi Cutthroat, I believe it is. And there we go again with a 1/1. Of course, not going to be able to block on that side, and 3 power added to the Air Force here. Nice back and forth game here, continuing to hit land drops on my side of the table, whereas Neil is stuck on 2 swamps as of so far. And there it is, 5/5 trample, no legendary, so he's just in there with no drawback, and that is absolutely huge. Here comes the red mana, 16/16 all. But 5/5 is just gigantic on this board. Neil very far from having a low number of cards in his hand. He's going to need to draw several more lands in order to be able to empty all of those. So right now, 8, putting Neil down to 8, and 2, another one in the air. And it looks like Echoing Courage is actually in hand, so Neil going to be dead multiple different ways here. It looks like even without the pump spell, this is going to be lethal. So that's it. Can't block. And cycling for a forest. And pre-combat, Kong Ming gives them all +1/+1. So now he's dead in the air. Blocking there. Trample. Still going to push through, so going to take some serious wizardry here, and that'll do it in 2 quick games there. Looks like about 5 minutes off the clock. So that was a fast one. We'll see how the rest of the draft goes. Green-white aggro, definitely no nonsense here in Masters 25 draft. This has been ELD with Brainstorm MTG. Thanks for watching.